It's Monday, January 12th, 2026, and apparently it's Marzipan Day, which feels like the most quietly powerful holiday. This is KoiCast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Also, Marzipan Day is so niche it sounds like an NPC side quest.
Honestly, yeah. Today's episode is also one of our fully automated experiments, like the whole thing got assembled by a stack of AI tools that definitely have opinions. If the conversation takes a weird left turn, we're leaving it in.
The robots are in their let's improv era. Cool.
All right, big story. Anthropic is going vertical. People on X are talking about Claude for healthcare and Cowork dropping today.
Vertical agents are the new black. Everyone's like generic chat is dead, and then they slap a new tab on the same model and call it a revolution. So what's actually different here, Hunt?
The way it's being framed is less chatbot and more workflow product. Claude for healthcare is pitched as a HIPAA-focused suite for providers and payers, stuff like synthesizing patient context, helping with healthcare workflows, and supporting things like prior auth-style paperwork. Whereas Cowork is like Claude turned into your office teammate for docs, organizing, routine knowledge work. Think Claude code, but for normal humans.
Okay, but I need to hit the privacy thing. X keeps yelling privacy first for Claude for healthcare. Where's the line between legit HIPAA-grade workflows and like fancy summarization with a stethoscope sticker?
Yeah. Privacy first can mean three different things depending on who's talking. 1, the data doesn't train the base model. 2, the data is encrypted and access controlled. 3, the product is actually designed for regulated use, with audit trails, retention controls, and strict permissions.
And usually the marketing means number 1, and compliance teams need number 3.
Exactly. The thing that makes it real is the boring stuff. What's logged, who can export, how long data persists, whether there's a business associate agreement type relationship, and whether the org can enforce policies. And to be super clear, Anthropic's HIPAA-ready offering with a BAA is tied to their enterprise setup, not the consumer Pro or Max subscriptions.
That matters. So when people say HIPAA, they better mean BAA plus controls, not just we pinky swear.
Exactly. If it's just paste your lab results and vibe, that's not a healthcare workflow, that's a risk.
And they're saying US first and paywalled, right? Pro and Max tiers mentioned. Does that basically guarantee open source healthcare models become the default everywhere else?
For Cowork, yeah, it's paywalled right now. Cowork is a research preview for Claude Max subscribers on Mac OS. And the Max plan pricing is publicly listed as $100 a month for the 5X tier or $200 a month for the 20X tier. Pro is $20 a month. But for healthcare grade, regulated workflows, the HIPAA-ready angle is about enterprise, not Pro or Max.
Got it. So Max gives you Cowork, but enterprise is where the HIPAA paperwork lives.
Exactly. And here's the catch. Open source can be amazing for cost and control, but you can't accidentally build an unregulated diagnosis machine.
Wait, hold up. People are already doing that. TikTok is full of, I built a doctor bot, and it's literally just a fine-tune with no guardrails.
Right, and that's what breaks first: liability, compliance, and trust. The smartest open source approach is using smaller models for narrow tasks that are clearly non-diagnostic, like summarizing a visit note into plain language, generating a question list for your next appointment, converting medical jargon into "here's what this means," or drafting patient-friendly follow-ups that get reviewed by a human.
So the trick is, don't let it pretend to be the clinician, let it be the world's most organized medical translator.
Yes, and build hard boundaries. This is not medical advice isn't enough. You need structured outputs, citations back to the provided record, and a confidence behavior where it escalates instead of inventing.
That synthesized records plus insurance plus wellness data into next steps part is where I'm like, okay, what breaks first realistically?
Insurance.
Laughing because true.
Not even joking. The second you merge clinical notes with coverage details, you're in a land of edge cases. The model might confidently suggest something that's medically reasonable but not covered, or it might misunderstand pre-authorization requirements, or it might confuse recommended with approved.
And then the user blames the doctor, the insurance, and the AI, in that order.
Also, records are messy. PDFs, scanned faxes, inconsistent terminology, outdated meds lists. A model can summarize beautifully and still be wrong in a way that matters. So the product needs receipt culture. Show what it used, show what it couldn't verify, and keep humans in the loop for anything high stakes.
Okay, shift to Cowork. This is being pitched like Claude code for non-technical work. Is this the moment marketers stop begging for headcount and start shipping with agent workflows, or is that just LinkedIn fanfic?
Both can be true. Cowork-style products are the on-ramp for non-technical teams to actually operationalize AI. Like instead of here's a chat window, it's here's a repeatable way to draft campaign docs, turn meeting notes into a brief, pull a status report, and keep your Notion from becoming a landfill.
That sounds good. But I've seen the agent armies in 30 minutes posts, my favorite genre. It's always like, I replaced my entire marketing team, and then you find out it ran once and emailed their CEO a cursed subject line.
Yep, my favorite office agent that sounds impressive but is secretly a nightmare. The autonomous weekly business review agent.
Oh no!
Because it has to pull numbers from analytics, ads, CRM, maybe product usage, summarize it, and then send decisions. The first time a metric changes name or an API rate limit hits, the agent panics. Or worse, it confidently fills gaps with nonsense.
So it becomes a full-time job to babysit the job you tried to automate.
Exactly. The maintainability tax is real. The winning pattern is smaller agents, one that drafts, one that checks, one that formats, one that routes for approval. Keep scope tight.
This ties into that agent app store idea we talked about recently, right? Where agents are basically products with permissions and kill switches.
Totally. If Cowork is real, it should feel like scoped capabilities, clear boundaries, and easy iteration without turning your whole company into prompt spaghetti.
Okay, quick ecosystem check because this week has been unhinged. CES had that hologram companion thing, the smart glasses turning flat video into instant fake 3D, and
My personal nightmare?
the dinner table device that detects awkward silence and injects a laugh track.
Small correction on the laugh track one. We couldn't validate a specific CES 2026 product that literally detects awkward silence and injects a laugh track. CES was still packed with weird audio gadgets, but that exact laugh track dinner agent device seems more like meme energy than a confirmed shipping thing.
Fair. The vibe is real even if the product isn't.
The flat video into instant fake 3D thing though, that part checks out as a category, with AR glasses demos that do 2D to 3D style effects.
And Lego put out Smart Play bricks with an AI brain suggesting builds, which is cute until the brick says, actually, that idea is mid.
Lego did announce Smart Play with a smart brick concept, screen-free interactive bricks with sensors and onboard tech doing light and sound responses. The AI brain suggesting builds framing is more vibes than the official phrasing, but the core idea? Smarter bricks that react and guide play? Yeah, that's real.
We're basically watching AI go from tools to companions to coworkers to like chaperones of your personality, which is why Claude for Healthcare and Cowork matter. They're not just models, they're behavior wrappers for specific contexts. Speaking of wrappers, let's hit the Apple-Google rumor situation. People are claiming Gemini is going to power Siri upgrades. If that's real, what does that do to marketing distribution?
As of today, that's not just a rumor anymore. Apple has confirmed Gemini will power the next generation Siri. If Siri becomes a Gemini-class assistant, the surface area is massive. The big change is fewer clicks. Brands won't just be optimizing for websites or app screens, they'll be optimizing for assistant answers, summaries, and recommended actions.
So it's like SEO, but now you're trying to become the model's favorite child.
Yeah, except the ranking is less about blue links and more about whether your information is structured, consistent, and trusted. If the assistant is answering "what should I buy" or "what's the best option," your product data, reviews, policies, and documentation need to be machine-readable and contradiction-free.
And your brand voice has to survive being paraphrased by a robot with a tone of calm authority.
Which is why content ops becomes a data ops problem. If your site says one thing, your app says another, and your support docs say a third, the assistant will pick a lane, and you might not like which lane it picks.
So for creators and marketers listening, what's the actionable move this week?
For healthcare and regulated industries, treat vertical AI as a workflow design problem. Build summaries with citations to source inputs. Create a review gate. Don't let the model generate clinical claims without verification.
And for everyone else with Cowork vibes, start with one repeatable internal doc workflow, like turning meeting notes into a clean brief, or turning a messy brainstorm into a content calendar draft. Something low risk, high frequency.
Yep, automate the grind, not the judgment.
Also, please don't ship the laugh track dinner agent into your family's life. Let the silence breathe.
Or just pass the marzipan and move on.
All right, that's it for today.
Thanks for hanging with us on CoeCast. Subscribe if you want more of this chaos with a point.
And check out coe.com/resources for AI news and updates.
Go celebrate Marzipan Day responsibly. Catch you next time.